Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, that website address is www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. It is the absolute best website on the internet for clinical trials content and information. We've got lots of stuff coming up, exciting stuff, so definitely stay tuned for that. Today, what I wanted to do was make a quick video response to a question I got. And it's related to Don's recent video and a couple of my recent videos, or I should say a couple of my not so recent videos, regarding people doing multiple studies at the same time. And we talk about this a lot because it is dangerous and it's important to kind of get it out there and let people know that this is not safe to do. Okay, so we've got plenty of those kind of videos out there on our blog. I got a question from a lady. She asked, okay, obviously, I understand that doing multiple clinical trials at the same time is dangerous. But what about people who do multiple clinical trials immediately after each other? What's the safe period? What's a good amount of time to take in between studies before it becomes dangerous? And that's an excellent question. And if you think about it, we don't really know the long-term, and I mean the really long-term side effects of almost any kind of medications. Like when I say long-term, I'm talking about 30 years or more. We don't know. We don't even know the long-term side effects of some medications that are already approved on the market. However, in clinical trials, the common amount of time, the standard I should say, for someone to do studies in between, so in other words, I just did a study, now I want to do another study because my first study is over, so how long should I wait? The standard in clinical trials is usually 30 days. Now this I'm speaking in very general terms here because each protocol is different. So I know at South Coast Clinical Trials at my company we have some protocols that don't allow people to have participated in a clinical trial within the past 6 months. So that's a little extreme, but they are taking the precautions for whatever reason. Maybe the particular drug they're testing may have some unknown side effects, so they don't want to take the chance. But usually it's 30 days. So the standard washout, what they call washout period, in between studies is 30 days. Now, is that safe? That's another question. But that is the standard, and the reason they do that is for your safety as well. But keep in mind that they're always trying to protect their own data. And when I'm talking about them, I'm talking about CROs, drug companies that are developing these drugs, and they got to do the tests. So they are thinking about themselves when they say 30 days washout period between studies, because they don't want any lingering side effects from your previous clinical trial to show up in your new clinical trial. Therefore, those side effects would be attributed to this new drug, which is not necessarily true. So they do that, of course, for your safety, but also for them and to protect their own data. 30 days is usually the standard. That, like I said, it could be more. I've seen up to 6 months. I've seen up to a year in some cases. I've never seen less than 30 days. So 30 days seems to be the standard. Now, whether it's safe or not, we don't know. We don't even know if some medications that are already approved, like I said, are safe long term. What are their long term effects? But for the most part, if you're talking about 30 days in between studies, so when you take one particular study drug, you wait 30 days, then you do another study where you'll take another study drug, it's typically enough time for your body to wash out from the previous study medication, and at that point it'd be no different than you switching medications outside of a clinical trial. So you normally, obviously depending on the medication and your medical condition, your doctor would not just switch you from one medication to another without having a washout period. The same is done in clinical trials. You usually want to have a washout period, and it's usually 30 days. But of course, do your homework, be careful, ask your doctor, ask the study doctors, ask the study coordinators, use the internet. Just be proactive and try to get as much information as you can. You don't want to just do the minimum amount of time for the washout period. Sometimes you want to do a little more, but I understand there are people out there who are in a rush to try new studies and to get involved in new clinical trials. So please wait at least 30 days. That is typically the standard washout period in between studies. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. It's Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.